At its cabinet meeting today, the Croatian government approved the new education minister's sweeping science and technology education strategy, which will, among other things, introduce 9 years of elementary education. The government also approved the reconstruction program for the areas of eastern Croatia impacted by the recent flooding, with work scheduled to begin in a week's time. The expected cost is 600 million Croatian kuna. The government is also forwarding a report to Parliament on the signature drive for a referendum held by the Headquarters for the Defense of Croatian Vukovar, in which it states that a sufficient number of signatures for this referendum have been collected. The proposed referendum will ask citizens if the minimum percentage of a minority in a local population should be raised from 1/3 to 50% before they can have signs on public facilities posted in their language and script. In the Croatian parliament today, the MPs deliberated on the report submitted by the Croatian National Bank for its work in the preceding year. Addressing the session and fielding questions from MPs, National Bank Governor Boris Vujicic stressed that the Croatian National Bank is doing everything within its power to halt negative economic trends in the country. He noted that one of these measures involved a zero interest rate policy, which is meant to activate unused liquid assets and thus spur economic growth. Ahead of a session of the Zagreb City Council, council members were awaited by two sets of demonstrators. One group represented a local environmental protection group from the Resnik neighborhood who are unhappy over the postponement of the decision on separated waste collection, which is on the council's agenda. The other group consisted of employees in the city's arts and culture and preschool education sectors. They are dissatisfied with the revocation of their collective agreement and the fact that the mayor refuses to negotiate with them. At the International Criminal Tribunal for the former Yugoslavia, Goran Hadžić has begun to present his defense. He was the last leader of the rebel Serbs who proclaimed their own state in Croatia in the early 1990s and the last fugitive from the tribunal. He was in hiding for 7 years before the Serbian authorities arrested him in 2011. Earlier this week, the price of an admission pass to the popular Plitvice Lakes National Park was raised from 110 Croatian kuna to 180. The park's management said the reason for the price hike is to cut down on the number of visitors, as the most frequented part of the park, where the lakes are, is often visited by over 12,000 people in the peak season per day. Environmental groups have long warned that this is having a deleterious impact on the local environment. The increased admission fees, however, do not seem to be deterring foreign tourists, but it will definitely keep away most potential Croatian visitors of more modest means. In sports, in men's tennis at Wimbledon, Croatia's top player Marin Cilic lost in the quarterfinals against Serbia's Novak Djokovic in a hard-fought match. The final tally was 6-1, 6-3, 7-6, 6-2, 6-2. And finally, the weather forecast for the rest of the day. Skies will be mostly sunny this afternoon, while the only clouds, accompanied by a chance of a little more rainfall, can be expected in the easternmost regions. Moderate to strong and at places gale-force northwesterly winds will hit the central and southern Adriatic, with the possibility of higher waves in the southern seas in the evening. Water temperatures will range from 22 to 26 degrees Celsius. Temperatures inland will also range from 22 to 26 degrees Celsius and from 27 to 31 degrees Celsius in Istria and the Dalmatian interior and on the Adriatic coast. Temperatures will rise over the next few days and conditions will be mostly hot over the weekend with mostly sunny skies, although conditions will not be entirely stable. There will still be a possibility of isolated brief showers, mostly at the higher elevations. Morning fog can also be expected, especially tomorrow. Skies will be mostly sunny and clear on the coast, especially in Dalmatia, with mainly hot days and increasingly warm nights. There will still be a chance of brief showers on the northern Adriatic and in Istria in particular. Besides Bora and northwesterly winds, passing Scirocco winds can be expected on Saturday.